All right, this is Mr. Wyrick. I'm here to help you go over this Chapter 3 test review today. On the top part, solve by substitution elimination, you sure can. Something like this, you could multiply it by 2. That'd be 12x minus 12x is nothing. 3y minus 10y would be a negative 7y. And then a negative 18 plus 60, 42. So you'd get y is equal to negative 6. Use that, go back in, and you find that x is equal to 0, so you can get your answer that way. You can also put this in a 2x2 matrix if you have access to the calculator. Keep in mind that the test is going to be multiple choice, so it'll just have the answers. So another way that you could potentially work this on the test is to substitute those answers in and make sure it's the correct answer for both of those equations. Then you'll know it works. Same thing on the 3. You can combine these first two. It would eliminate the y. Combine these second two, it would also eliminate the y. Or again, you can do what we've been doing in class. That'd be 2, 1, negative 1, 4, negative 1, 2, negative 3, 1, 2 on your first matrix. Remember to raise that to the negative 1, otherwise you get wrong answers the whole way down. Then it's negative 8, negative 3, and 5 on that second matrix. Down here, the solving using any method. Again, it's the same kind of thing, but be aware of the ones where the x's, y's, and z's are across the equal sign. And like down here on this, the last question in number 10, there's a 4, there's a negative 5. There's no x value. So since there's no x value, you don't want to put in a 1. This would be negative 5, 7, 1, 1, 5, 5. And then since there's no x, it would be 0, 4, and negative 5. So this would be my first matrix. Then the second one would be 4, negative 24, 2. As we move on to the second page, it's word problems that are doing the exact same thing. So just make sure you're setting it up right. Sum of 3 numbers means you're adding. X plus y plus z is equal to 6. Third number is the sum of the first and second. X plus y is equal to z. And then the first number is 1 more than the third number. So x is equal to z plus 1. Okay. When you come down here, the 9-pound mixture, just make sure you go through in pounds. You'll get a decimal. Oh, and this even just says, just set up the system, so you don't have to solve that one. When you go to graph these, just make sure you understand where you're supposed to shade. If it's supposed to be a solid line or dotted line, you can check it on the calculator. You can check it on Desmos. Find the vertices, again, using Desmos. But if you're going in the calculator, that's menu 8, 1, 3 there on the graph to find those intersection points. If you're not using the graph, x is less than or equal to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. We're going back that way. Less than or equal to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here we are. We're going this way. And then the negative 3x plus 12 means you're starting up here at 12 and you'll kind of come down. So there'll be this triangle in here. And you can actually solve like this system and this system separately to find out where those cross. This one, of course, is going to cross at 4, 9. Okay. Again, the vertices, the maximum and minimum value means you take the vertices and you run it through this equation. So that'll be important to do. On the vertices on this first one, on number 4, make sure you graph 3 is less than or equal to y, and then you also graph y is less than or equal to 6. You have to graph those separately, no matter what you're on, Desmos, calculator, whatever, if you want it to show up. This is going to be like a Gaussian elimination type thing. So if you're in my class, basically just use the matrix to solve it. You definitely don't have to solve using Gaussian elimination. We didn't do that in my class. If you're in Miss Vickers, Miss Dixon, stuff like that, remember that you can make this easier by actually dividing out and dividing everything by 5 all the way across on everything and make it a lot easier to solve. Okay, hopefully that gets you moving in the right direction, and I'll get a key of this one posted.